Today I am at the brand new, state-of-the-art, beautiful Michelle Obama Neighborhood Public Library in Long Beach, California, and we're going to check out their learning garden. I drove down in late October to check out the spectacular new building with its adjacent learning garden. It sits on the site that had once been the Atlantic Theater, and the design incorporated its iconic spire as a nod to the neighborhood's history. The silver-level LEED certified library is part of a larger redevelopment of Atlantic Avenue more than a decade in the making. Michelle Obama was chosen to honor the building at a neighborhood meeting. Advocates stressed her 4 nationwide initiatives that have benefited the community: joining forces, let's move, reach higher, and let girls learn. I am with David Hedden, the designer and facilitator of the Learning Garden at the Michelle Obama Public Library in Long Beach, California. And David is going to show us how this garden interacts with the neighborhood. The neighborhood can come and eat vegetables from the garden and also learn about growing food in an urban setting. Right?
Yep, exactly.
He's going to show us around, so let's go. So, David, tell me about, how does this work? If somebody comes and takes a vegetable, then you replace it, or somebody else?
So most of the stuff we're growing here is leafy greens and stuff that can be harvested but allowed to continue to grow. That's part of the education, the learning aspect of the garden, is we teach people how to harvest the different types of plants. Most of them will continue to grow. When they do get taken beyond a point where they can't continue, we'll replace them. And so it's kind of an ongoing process, and seasonal aspects included.
Right, and you said that you are affiliated with a nonprofit, and tell me about that.
So our nonprofit is called Our Foods. You can find it at ourfoods.org. We are based upon urban agriculture and education, and so we do projects like this to enable the communities to have healthy access to food and education around food systems. And we do other projects with aquaponics and hydroponics and vertical growing, so a whole variety of things, but just really showing the potential that's out there for growing your own food.
So you're part of this nonprofit?
Yeah.
And this is just one of your projects?
Right.
I see. That's awesome. What I really like about these beds is the angle, because somebody can be here and somebody can be here. It seems more interactive than just a regular rectangle. Is there some thinking behind that?
Well, yeah, we kind of wanted to do something a little more creative, not your traditional rectangular square beds or rectangular beds. So we were just looking at different methods we could put together. The hexagon, it's just kind of a basic design element that we wanted to try to integrate, because honeycombs and those patterns of things. It was more of a stylized element that we could draw attention to this to differentiate from other raised beds, community gardens. So put a little more effort into it. We kind of had to do some special cuts to make it work, but it's a unique design, and some people have said how these beds remind them of boats, actually.
Yeah.
And this library had some funding from the port, so there's elements of aquatic themes here, so bubbles, and so the boats kind of tie into that.
Well, I was wondering about all the beautiful aquamarine and blues and everything in the circles, and this library is not right on the beach. It's not that close to the beach, really, but Long Beach is
right.
The whole city is associated with the ocean because of the name.
Yep.
And so that ties into that.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Plus, the like you said, the honeycomb, with these angles, they fit together, and you could actually, you have plenty of room for more beds if the garden grows, right?
Right. So this was a starting point. Actually, the reason we focused more on the northern side of this lot was because the AutoZone actually shades quite a bit of this space during part of the year. So we're focused on the most productive areas of space for the amount of light.
The back of the AutoZone blocks sun from half of this lot. So they put the boxes on that side.
And this other area, we have logs and stuff that are, temporary seating where people can do outdoor reading time or outdoor classes. We've had meetups where we bring local community gardeners together and just have meetings and discuss what we're growing. I'm always talking about borage, and I see you have borage. Bees love borage.
These leaves are great for composting. This puts a lot of nutrition into your compost.
Oh, nice.
And you've got arugula.
Yep.
That looks like somebody should come and eat that today.
Yeah. Starts to get a little bitter, I guess. A little tangy.
Yeah.
Spicy.
You should probably just cut it if nobody comes, because then it'll come back, and otherwise it'll bolt.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like somebody's been eating your chard.
Yeah, definitely. That one started to bolt, actually. But the rest of the chard's been doing good.
Chard doesn't usually bolt, which is...
Yeah, it was really strange. I haven't seen it.
And your tomatoes look awesome. Now, you don't have a lot of support here, and you're not pruning the suckers, so...
They're getting a little out of control, so I do need to trim them back a little bit. We put them in less than 2 months of growth.
Now, you probably don't have the time or resources to seed all this stuff.
We're trying to do some of the nursery off-site to get some new plants ready to come back in, fill in some gaps.
These plants look so healthy, I would think it was June.
Right.
July.
Collard greens.
Is that what this is?
That's
Collards?
collard green, kale.
Lacinato.
Mm-hmm.
This is some kind of mint, right?
Yeah, that's English mint. Yeah.
Have you put any thought into companion planting, or you didn't have a lot of time? You planted this in a week, so.
We haven't done anything too specific with companion planting. We try to just disperse things and kind of diversity. So coming up this past September, the library was about to be finished being built, and the vice mayor, council member of this district, saw that there was a big empty lot right next to the main entrance of the library and thought, well, this is the Michelle Obama Learning Library. Wouldn't it be great if there was a community garden in this empty lot instead of just a big open space? So he reached out to local advocates and designers of food systems like myself, and we were able to put together a proposal and find local funding and resources and donations in order to put this all together. We designed it on a very short timeline, and we also basically built this whole site in about a week. So
1 week?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just in time for the grand opening.
Oh, wow. And you had 1,000 people here, right?
We had almost 5,000 people here for the grand opening.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Fantastic. Did anybody walk away with a leaf of chard or kale? Or
I don't remember seeing anyone take anything the first day. I think it was still pretty new to everyone.
No idea.
But already, because it was so crowded, some people were starting to step in the beds just because there were so many people. And other local residents were, taking ownership and saying, hey, no, don't step on there, take care of these. And so we didn't have to say anything. It was the community that was actually supporting the garden just from day one.
And you don't have a fence here, so...
Exactly. So most community gardens have a fence, and you're either part of the community or you're not part of the community. In this case, we want everyone to be in that community, and so there's no fences, and everyone gets to share in the produce, and it's a very open space.
North Long Beach is known as a food desert, which means the only food outlets are primarily fast food and liquor stores, and the garden serves to educate the public about healthy food choices. Check the library's website for a schedule of events. Well, the Learning Garden at the Michelle Obama Neighborhood Public Library is just awesome, and if you're anywhere near Long Beach, I suggest you come on down and get some vegetables and learn about growing your own food.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for doing this, and I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you. Stop by, try out some food, and thanks for coming by.
And keep in touch.
Thanks, you too.
All right.